So we'll give you out plays from the NBA. We got 13 games scheduled, actually 12 games. That Houston Rocket OKC game has been canceled, so there's still a big card for Wednesday. 12 games on the schedule, lots of college hoops. We got a primetime college football game going as well. So we'll have free picks from many of these games today from our Capper crew here on Pick Dogs. So let's take a look at who's on today. We got Rod Zawacki, Al Ninos, Joe Duffy, and of course with that new haircut, looking good, Joe.
Yes, I know. I did. I finally got my haircut. We've been fighting with the wife, but she made my sons and I an appointment early in the morning yesterday. So I'm now looking good. I'm sure the female audience ratings are through the roof.
They certainly are. Okay, and of course, co-hosting with me today will be Chris Ruffalo. All right, Chris, you ready for some action today?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when I saw Joe Duffy's haircut, I got fired up. I'm like, oh man, everything's coming up just before Christmas. This is awesome. Let's get this one rolling.
All right, let's get this rolling. Welcome, Joe Duffy, to the show. We had to do an audible here. He had a pick for that OKC game, but we're going to move this one, Joe. Big Ten action. It starts at the bottom of the hour, 6:30 Eastern time. Illinois, Penn State, with Illinois favored here on the road.
Yeah, we'll do it out of the way because it is ready to tip off. Penn State plus the 4 is my game. This is one where I got a little bit of a tip on some sharp action on that. Massey Ratings has this as a 1-point game. Ken Palm has it only a 2-point game. And Ken Palm, I know the odds makers use the Ken Palm line. Palm is usually pretty close, so a 2-point difference this close to a pick is fairly significant. And usually when there is a difference, it is a good thing if you go with the Ken Palm rating. Also, I have a couple contrarian indexes I use. I know different people use different things. I like to offset them, but I have one that I use that has worldwide sports books, another one that can measure some square and outlaw money, and they both are pointing towards Penn State as a very good contrarian bet. So not the one, this is at least the second time in about the last month or so that just before airtime I had my original pick postponed, but no, this is a play I liked as well. Penn State plus the 4 against Illinois.
All right, Joe Duffy here on Penn State plus the 4 against Illinois. Joe having a fantastic year in college basketball document. All right, Chris, what say you in this Big Ten battle on Big Ten Network, bottom of the hour?
I'll tell you, I really have to stop placing my bets so early because I end up having the problem where I'm unfortunately on the other side of some of these when guys like Joe Duffy make really good points. I only went with Illinois this morning because, I think that Penn State's going to have a hard time matching up size-wise with the guys like Dosunmu and Cockburn, and I like Illinois' guard play better, but now we're seeing the sharp money come in on Penn State. I may have to try to hedge a little bit here with Penn State, but right now my lean is towards Illinois.
All right, Joe, you're on the Penn State plus 4. Why don't you close it out on this game?
Yeah, I do think it is a very good play. Like I said, some of all my metrics are all pointing towards it a little bit, and when I don't have conflicting stuff and the various metrics I use are all pointing towards it, that is usually a very good thing. And especially, the public usually likes big favorites. In this case, they're going with the smaller favorite. So the way I weigh the contrarian information, it's also pretty strong on here.
All right, Joe Duffy here on Penn State plus the 4. All right, Joe, why don't you let us know what you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium? Bottom of the hour, a lot of action going off.
Yeah, lock in long term because a lot of my plays lately have been going during the day. There's plenty of day basketball, but we do have some nighttime NBA stuff, also nighttime football, and I do have the bowl game for tomorrow is up as well. So it might be a fairly quiet Christmas Eve, but it's going to be pretty noisy for winners. We do have a play for Christmas Eve as well.
All right, guys, check out Joe Duffy over at Pig Dogs Premium. Long-term pass is the way to go. You can see at 460 units of profit document over at Pig Dogs Premium. When I pick up that third-day all-sports pass from Joe, you'll get all of his plays. That would be NFL, college football, NBA, college basketball for 30 days at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, Joe, as always, great having you show. The rest of a Merry Christmas to you and your family, and we'll talk with you next week.
Merry Christmas, gents.
All right, everybody. Joe Duffy here on the drive-through. I will continue here with Chris Ruffalo. And Chris, you're up in center now. You'll be looking at this BYU-Weber State game starting top of the hour on BYU TV. We've got BYU laying double digits here, about 12.5 in some places, total 144.
Yeah, we were talking about it a couple days ago. I was still having trouble trying to figure out if it was Weber State, and then I realized, Weber's the name of the grill, and Weber, well, I think they're going to get grilled here because, BYU is just not a team I'm looking to step in front of right now. Cougars have been battle-tested this season, coming into this one at 5-2. 8-2, excuse me. 8-2 this season. 39th ranked strength of schedule. They already have wins over your San Diego States. You have wins over Utah. They hung around with Boise State. They beat up on Utah State, St. John's. The USC loss isn't that bad of a loss, but again, this is a really battle-tested Brigham Young team. On the other side, Weber State lost to Portland State, lost double digits to Boise State. They just haven't had a good start to the season, only 2-2 on the year. The thing for Weber State is that I just don't think they have the horses to keep up with BYU in this one. BYU's coming in really red hot right now. They just beat up on Texas Southern. I think this is going to be another strong performance for the Cougars here. You're going to start to see a lot more shots falling. This BYU team is getting confident. I like BYU laying the 12.5 against Weber State.
All right, Chris here on BYU laying 12.5 here against Weber State. This game to start, top of the hour. BYU TV is going to televise this. All right, Chris, what you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium? You are on fire right now, college basketball.
Yeah, we came off an absolutely massive day yesterday. We crushed the books, 7-2. We're looking. Unfortunately, our college place went off the board today, but I do have our NBA. My whale bet Wednesday package that we mentioned on the show yesterday, $25 over at Pick Dogs Premium. Three of my best plays for tonight's NBA basketball. Actually, excuse me, easy for me to say. But we also got a bailout special. So if you guys have finished all your action for the day, you're looking for the last college basketball game of the night between Boise State and New Mexico. I got that for you at $25 over as well over at Pick Dogs Premium. Just to give you guys the last day, because unfortunately, I don't know if we mentioned this, we're taking Christmas Eve off tomorrow. Tony and I are going out drinking and tobogganing, but let's see. All right, so I'm going to have a free two-sport multi-leg parlay for you guys. We're going to have that as we're recapping the picks at the end of the show. But guys, you can see at the bottom, we're killing college basketball right now. Hop on one of those longer-term packages. It's going to save you the most money. It's also going to make you profit more. You're going to save money. You're going to make money. What else could you ask for? Over PickDogs.com Premium, SportsChatPlace.com Premium.
Absolutely, guys. Check out Chris Riffle over at Pig Dogs Premium. You see the numbers are over 1,100 units of profit in college basketball. So get on board. Why not pick up one of those long-term passes right now from Chris? He's killing it right now, college hoops over at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, we'll continue on here on the drive-through. And let's get back into scheduling order and welcome Rod Zawacki into the show. How you doing, Rod?
Doing good, Tony.
All right, I wasn't gonna forget about you, my man. I just skipped. I just did a hop over you. So
that's good. That's fine. No biggie.
All right, we're you're gonna be looking at this Washington Wizards Philadelphia 76ers game. Top of the hour it begins. This one you can watch on NBA League Pass channel. The Sixers laying 7 right now, and total sits here at 230.5. Philadelphia, of course, this will be Doc Rivers. We'll see how they play here for how the Sixers play for Doc first year for their new coach this year. How do you see this one?
For me, I see this one coming in here exactly. You got a new coach, Doc Rivers. Still got Embiid here, and Simmons. Simmons says he's feeling good, healthy. He's recovered from his injuries. For me, that trade here for Westbrook. Now you got Beal and Westbrook. They could become a really good, nice guard tandem here in the league, if not one of the top in the league. They also re-signed Burtons. Washington also had 7 players average double digits last season, so I don't think the Wizards are going to have a problem scoring the bucket, that's for sure. For me, this line looks really fishy. I think the 76ers should be favored a little more than what they are in this game. I think this early game is going to take a bit for these teams to get their legs going. I think that's too close, or too many points for the Sixers to cover. I think the Sixers win this game, but by like a 2 to 4 point range. So take the Wizards plus the points in this one.
All right, Roger White says take the Wizards plus the points. When you're looking at NBA, of course, there really isn't much of a traveling spot, not any fans, so sort of a neutral court environment. Maybe home court advantage a little bit more relevant when teams are traveling from city to city. But for game one here, there's no rest advantage. Chris, what say you in this one?
I've got to agree with Rod 100%. I mean, Philadelphia last year would win a lot of games at home, but they were a terrible cover team. And, Washington, like Rod said, the addition of Westbrook alongside Bradley Beal, man, that is going to be fun to watch in Washington. So I'm on Washington plus the 7 as well.
So agreement there with the Wizards plus the 7 against the 76ers. All right, Rod, quarter after the hour, what you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
For me, I got the Wednesday what's up birdcage going on. I've got 3 plays, 1 college basketball. I found these 3 plays here to be the greatest opportunity for us to cash in big. You better get the broom out for these ones. Don't miss it. Jump on over to Pig Dogs Premium and grab this birdcage. We're going to cash it big tonight.
Yeah, good time to check out Rod Zawacki over at Pig Dogs Premium. He's got the long-term passes. 2-0 start in the NBA, Rod. You were on the right side of both games. Yeah,
good start in the NBA. So we're going to, hopefully we can keep it going tonight. Get another couple winners. They're available in that birdcage. Love those.
Get that birdcage from Rod Zawacki over at Pig Dogs Premium. Don't forget, in a couple of days, it's Christmas Day NBA. Those 5 games up there. Make sure you get those plays from Rod Zawacki. Long-term pass is the way to go at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, Rod, it's always great having your show. Have yourself a great night. We'll have you back tomorrow to look at the Friday games.
Sounds good. You guys have yourself a good evening.
All right, everybody. Rod Zawacki here on the drive-thru as we continue on here, joined by Chris Ruffalo. I just want to remind everybody, don't always, if you would, subscribe to our channel. Free picks every day. Of course, a lot of shows on our channel that begins in the morning at 10 a.m. Eastern time with the drive-thru, Mitch and company, getting everybody ready with all the plays, and then, of course, the drive-thru, and, of course, the Computer Pick Show that precedes us, and, of course, look for that halftime show. We'll probably see another one on that Christmas Day football game, Saints and Vikings. So be sure to check that out at halftime there. Have your phone, your mobile device, laptop, whatever you got, have that notification set. You get that halftime pick from Mitch. And of course, as our buddy here, Seven Finger Diddler said, like that button. Give us that thumbs up. We greatly appreciate it. That helps us out a lot, Chris.
Yeah, I see you trying to keep a straight face, Tony, but I absolutely agree. It helps us out a ton. Doesn't cost you guys anything. Like I always say, you're already here watching the show. Just literally just scroll down underneath, just click the like button, scroll back up. You get back to the action. The only thing you're missing when we tell you that is our faces, and I mean, I'm not for Tony, but with me, you're not missing very much. So just you just guys click the like button. Helps us out a bunch. And it allows us to give you guys more premium content because we show up higher. We get more subscribers. We get to spread the word. We're doing great work here. You guys all know that. Everybody, we're doing great with across all platforms. It's all thanks to you guys. So let's smash that like button. We can keep everything coming towards you.
Absolutely great. Appreciate it. Merry Christmas, Thomas, to you from us here at the drive-thru, as well Thomas. As King Kong as well. Merry Christmas to you and your family. We appreciate all the comments coming here on this great week here of action as we'll continue on here on the drive-thru. Let's welcome El Ninos to the party. El, how you doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
All right. Hope you're getting over that Laker loss last night.
Yeah, I got what was the closest thing to Clippers jersey I could come up with. No, I'm just kidding. This Christmas spirit shirt, I guess. But yeah. Anyways, on to the next one.
On to the next one. That's right.
To redeem themselves. So yeah, I think they got a pretty good shot to do that next time. Whether they cover the spread or not, it's a different issue. But yeah,
that's a different issue. Yes, we'll have
see that climbing already.
All right, Al, you got a tough one. I got to tell you, this one scratched my head a little bit. Utah at Portland. This one 10 Eastern Time, NBA League Pass channel. Portland will be the underdogs in this one. Utah laying 2 on the road. Total sits here at 226.
Yeah, Portland actually opened as the small home favorite there, and that was a money line that was pretty interesting. Definitely my favorite dog that popped up to me, but that money line didn't last too long, and eventually, yeah, they became a 2-point favorite. So much for that. But anyway, still laying 2 points isn't too bad anyway. So I think this is a pretty good spot for the Jazz. Should be a great matchup, definitely between Lillard and McCollum going up against Mitchell and Conley. But then I think the Jazz have the better team around that. I mean, you might even give Lillard and McCollum the edge in that little the matchup there between the two guard duos. But I think the Jazz are the better team around that. The bench is pretty deep, and the Blazers do have a couple good players coming off the bench too, in Rodney Hood. And I was never a big Melo fan, but coming off the bench, I guess it's not the worst player in the world to have there. He'll give you some points coming off the bench. But again, I do like the Jazz bench better. And with Favors out, we might see Azubuike get some extra minutes here too. And I think he might have a pretty good game too. So I like the Jazz in this spot to get to start their season with a road win here.
All right, he says Utah Jazz -2 against the Trailblazers. Of course, Robert Covington now with the Blazers. Chris, what say you in this one?
Oh, Al and I said we were going to have to watch a basketball game or two together, and I wish it was this one because I got to say I'm on the other side in this one. I think Portland's one of the most balanced and deep teams in the NBA this season. You know, bringing in Derek Jones Jr., Enes Kanter, Tony, like you said, Robert Covington. I think Utah is going to win their fair share of games this year. They are probably going to be a 72-game schedule, so they're probably going to be a 40 to 45 win team. But I'm really high on Portland this season. I really like what I'm seeing from the Blazers, so I have to admit I'm on the other side. But I got it when Portland was a favorite, so there is value with the Jazz +2 here. So, but I'm on the other side.
All right, Al. Look, I think we're both against you on this one, Al. So you're going to get the last word with this one. Looking at the Jazz, so you're going to have to try to do a little more convincing to us.
I definitely. I'm a big Robert Covington fan. Jones Jr. not so much, but Covington is a great player. But again, as I said, I'm sticking to my story here. I like the Jazz better overall as a team, and I think they get the job done there. Portland has a lot of talent, but when it comes to winning games like this, I just give the edge to the Jazz. I think they get the job done in matchups like this.
All right, Nino's here. We're going to stick to his guns here with Utah laying the points. And, of course, do you think this will stick, Chris, Hurricane Ninos? We got CW here. Let the LA Savage up. Got the LA Savage coming up here.
Oh, man. I like it. You know, you do realize, though, that we're going to say this, and Al's going to show up every day on the drive-thru wearing, like, a boxing robe, like a shiny, like, silk black robe, and it's going to be, like, bedazzled and rhinestones on the back, and it's just going to say Hurricane Ninos, and it's going to be, like, a wave coming up over the name. He's gonna like, ride this out to the whole thing. He's going to have the hood up while we're waiting for it, while we're waiting to throw to him. You ask him how he's doing, he pops his head up, throws the hood back, and then we start. You do realize what we've started.
I think so.
CW. Now I'm going to have to go on a good run just to be able to pull that off. But that's a great idea. Thanks for throwing that out.
Let's get it started. Let's start CW. I like that. The LA Savage Hurricane Ninos. What you got going on over at Pig Dogs, a premium L? We got a lot of action tonight starting at the top of the hour.
Yeah, I do have a lot of action over there. First game starts off at 6:30, though, so just a few more minutes to get that 7-pack. But after that, I will have a 3-pack with my 3 best NBA plays, so definitely got some good plays there. Or pick up one of those longer-term passes to get all the plays, because, there will be some more popping off after that first one goes off.
Absolutely, guys. Check out El Nino's over at Pig Dogs Premium. Get that long-term pass. NBA has started. There's a lot of action. 12 games on the card tonight. A lot of college hoops. We got a primetime college football game going off. So get on board right now with El Nino's over at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, Al, as always, great having your show. Have yourself a great night. We'll talk to you tomorrow as we look at the card for Friday.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, I thought this was our last day before Christmas, too, but I guess we'll see you guys tomorrow, too.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, guys, here on the drive-thru. We are off on Christmas Day, but we'll be here Christmas Eve. We'll preview the games and give you picks for the games on Friday. We'll have 5 NBA games. I know there's an NFL game, a college football game, and maybe a few college hoops games, I think, from the Big Ten, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll have
there's four games, I believe.
Yeah, so we'll get you as much coverage on those, many picks as possible. So tune in tomorrow live at 6 p.m. Eastern time for the drive-thru. All right, we'll continue on here. So now it's time for yours truly to step up with my play. And we're going to take a look at college basketball pick today between Northwestern and Indiana. And I'm going to be on the underdog here, Northwestern Wildcats +8.5. You know, Northwestern, they've won and covered 3 of 4 after their 14-point win in Michigan State. But the Wildcats are making their threes at 42%. And they're defending the paint and the perimeter. You know, Hoosiers weak on the offensive glass and at the free throw line. And their losses came to really good defensive teams in Texas and Florida State. Northwestern has covered 2 straight against the Hoosiers. And it was really behind strong defensive play when you go back and look at the box scores in those. And they've covered against Indiana in 5 of 6 overall. So I'm going to be here on the underdog, Chris, Northwestern +8.5. What say you in this one?
Well, you know me. I talked to you before the show about this. I absolutely love that pick, Northwestern +8.5. You know, I watched that Indiana-Florida State game, and as good defensively as Florida State was, they let Trace Jackson Davis do whatever he wanted to get into the paint, and he would get in there and he'd either score or he'd get fouled and get to the line. So with Northwestern size inside, they can negate that presence from Jackson Davis. I think Indiana's going to have a long night ahead of them. So I'm with you, Northwestern plus 8.5.
All right, guys, agreement there with Northwestern plus the 8.5 at 8:30 Eastern time. That one will begin Big Ten Network. Hey, just a reminder, guys, I have a 3-pack over at Pig Dogs Premium, or you can also pick up one of my long-term passes there. All right, Chris, before we do the recap, I want to make sure we cover some of these high-profile games. Let's get started with the college football game, FAU and Memphis. I saw Memphis up to almost 9 points. Let's see where this one sits right now. About 8.5, 9 in some places. Memphis favored.
Yeah, this was a game that I looked at, but we joke about it, and I talked about it with Mitch this morning. I think I now have to be the president for the Canadian chapter of the Willie Taggart fan club because I've fully converted. I'm a Taggart believer now. I think he's got this FAU team playing fantastic defense, and this Memphis team, we've said, it is not the same Memphis team that we've seen in years past. They haven't been as electric offensively as we expect them to see, and I think if that's the case going into a bowl game, I think FAU's the play here at the +9. I think they could actually win that game outright if they really buckle up defensively, and if Memphis can't handle the pressure, I like FAU.
All right, we got a primetime game, TV game, 7:30 Eastern time. Milwaukee at Boston. TNT is going to televise this one because ESPN has college football. So Tnt Bucks and Celtics. This one open 2.5. It's now up to Milwaukee -4.5. Of course, no Walker here for the Celtics.
Yeah, no Walker for the Celtics, but for me personally, I won't lie to you, I still think that the line's moving in the wrong direction. I'm really high on this Boston team. Yes, Milwaukee brought back Giannis on a super max deal. Fantastic signing. They keep their star player. You still got pieces in Milwaukee, but I really like the depth of this Boston team. I think that, letting Gordon Hayward go is not going to hurt this team. Sure, you want Kemba Walker back, but they played without him and won a lot of games without him last season. You still have Marcus Smart. You still have a really deep team in Boston. I think Tatum, Brown, and company can keep this one within that number and possibly have them win it outright.
10:30 Eastern time on ESPN. It's the Mavericks and the Suns. Probably the game of the night. This is what I'm excited to see. This one, Chris Paul with Phoenix. Of course, Dallas will not have Porzingis dealing with that injury. Dallas now the favorite here at -1. Total sits at 233.
Well, I will say this about that game: the only D that's in that game is the D in the word Dallas. That's the only D that is going to be present in that game at all. Maybe in Doncic too. I can't really tell you, but these two teams are going to score. They're going to score, and they're going to score again. This is a line that we joked about this morning. I think this is a game that you can easily see it 260 points. I think this is high scoring right out of the gate. Like I said, as much as these teams like to say that they will play defense, it's defense optional in this game. I like the over personally.
All right, there with the over with Chris Ruffalo. We covered the TV games for you and that college football game in prime time. Reminder, we're back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And I know there's nothing on the card on Christmas Eve night, but we're going to cover the Friday game. So when you tune in to the drive-thru at 6 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow, we'll be giving you coverage for the 5 NBA games on Friday. We got an NFL game and a college football game. We may sprinkle in some college basketball. So tune in 6 p.m. Eastern time. It's the drive-thru on Thursday. All right, now it's time to recap the picks from the show today. We started here with Joe Duffy. This one starts in about 5 minutes, but we got it in Penn State +4 against Illinois. Rod Zawacki was on Washington Wizards +7 against the 76ers. Chris was on BYU -12.5 against Weber State. El Ninos takes the Jazz here at -2 against the Trailblazers. Yours truly was on Northwestern +8.5 against Indiana. We'll start with Chris. Other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Well, Tony, so we were discussing this before the show. I got to agree with you with Northwestern, and that's going to tie into my money line parlay that I have for everybody. I know I said 2 legs, but you know what? After listening to some of the guys talk about their picks, I thought to myself, why stop at 2? Let's go for 3. So money line, we're going to money line all 3 of these. We're going to go Northwestern money line. We're going to go with the San Antonio Spurs on the money line, and we're going to go with the Washington Wizards on the money line. It's going to pay it just anywhere around +2,800 on the parlay.
Wow, there you go from Chris Ruffalo. All right, I'm going to jump ahead of L here. I like the Joe's picks with Penn State +4. This one starts in a few minutes. All right, back to you, El Ninos. the LA Savage. Other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Going Rod Wizards +7.
All right, Wizards +7. All right, guys, this will conclude another edition of our drive-through show. Reminder, it all gets started at 10 a.m. in the morning Eastern time with Mitch and Company with the morning show. And, of course, we get a computer pick show. Then it leads us into the drive-through. Tomorrow we'll be here at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Again, we'll be covering the Friday games to get you ready for the Christmas day of sports here with the 5 NBA games, NFL game, college football game. We'll sprinkle in some college hoops. So be sure to tune in to the drive-through Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. All right, let's go ahead and bring in the crew from today's show. Give you guys a nice wave goodbye. Have yourself a great night. And we'll talk with you guys tomorrow live at 6